What's up, family? Man, we're gonna have it real heart to heart this morning. Okay, man, it's gonna be real heart to heart. It's gonna be kind of hectic, kind of heavy for some of you. Um, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Man, I had to rock my Giants uniform, jersey. What's up, baby? But man, it seems as though, for whatever reason, the last few videos that our lives I've been trying to make, man, something hasn't been wanting me to make them. You know what I mean? But man, it is what it is. I'm gonna put my coffee cup down. Family, first and foremost, man, I bless you. Man, may God bless each and every one of you that come on this live. May God bless each and every one of you that may see this video at a later date and later time. May He continue to guide you and comfort you and heal your broken heart. May He give you that peace that passes all understanding. May He give you that joy that bubbles within you and the love that you long for. That being said, I'm nervous. Man, I'm nervous. Pray for me. Family, this is hard. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm tripping on this video. You know, I don't know why I'm tripping so much. I'm gonna grab one of my crystals, put it in my hand because I'm tripping this morning. But it's crazy because when I grabbed this amethyst heart. I don't know if you guys can see this. And so, and it's interesting that I grabbed this one, you know what I mean? Because we're talking about a return to love today. A return to love. Family, Dr. Miles Monroe said, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. I'm gonna say it again. The late, great Dr. Miles Monroe said, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And what he was saying was, when you don't know the purpose of a thing, you will abuse it. It's crazy because yesterday I made a video talking about toxic femininity. And family, man, we have to understand that when you don't know the purpose of something, you will abuse it. Anything, everything. You know, and we were talking about toxic femininity yesterday. What's a pillar of light? Man, are you from the UK? Pillar of light. And so when you don't know the purpose of something, you're going to abuse it. Stay with me. It's going to get kind of heavy. Women, you don't know your purpose. Guys, for the most part, we don't know our purpose. This is not to bash anybody. Please understand that. This video is not to bash women. It's not to bash men. It's to help us grow. It's to help us understand our purpose and why we're here and why we do the toxic things that we do. And we do the toxic things that we do because we don't understand our purpose. Let me say it again. We do all the toxic, destructive, self-hating, self-sabotaging things that we do because we don't understand our true purpose. That's why we go out and have sex with all the women we do. That's why we have sex with all these random guys that women do, because they don't understand their purpose. Not just with guys too. Anytime you don't understand your purpose, you're going to abuse your body. Anytime you don't understand your purpose, you're going to abuse your life. That's why we get in all these toxic relationships, because again, we don't know our purpose. And so I see it and I hear all these people talking about, man, they're woke and woo-doo-doo, they're walking in their purpose, and yet they're still in these toxic ass relationships. And they're still wanting to be with these toxic, destructive, narcissistic individuals. Not because of love, because they don't know their purpose. Because they don't know their purpose, they assume that that's the best it's gonna get. Because they don't know their purpose, they assume that this guy, this woman is the best I'm gonna get in life. So this is all I'm gonna get in life. This is my lot in life. Man, let me get in where I fit in. And man, it is what it is. No, it is what it is because you don't understand your purpose. And because you don't understand your purpose, you'll be in a relationship with a guy disrespecting you. Because you don't know your purpose, you'll be in a relationship and allow a woman, a guy, your kids, your parents, your boss, your coworkers, anybody and everybody to disrespect you and dog you out because you don't know your purpose. Again, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And so when we look at all these people that are narcissistic, we look at all these people that are, man, just haters and just all this crazy stuff, man, family, understand it is what it is. They don't know their purpose. Stop judging them. Stop blasting them. Stop sending everybody to hell just because they don't know their purpose. And it's a trip because I see so many church people, they're quick to send everybody to hell because they don't live the way that these church people deem them fit to live. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you don't believe what I believe. You don't act the way I believe. You don't carry yourself the way I think you should. So therefore, you're going to hell. Who the hell are you to put somebody in heaven or hell? As though you had that type of power. Again, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. When we understand the fact that there are only two types of people really that coexist or that live on this planet. I'm gonna say that again. There are really only two types of people that really live on this planet. We sit back and say, oh, there's only one. Well, there's millions of us, there's billions of us. There's really only two types of people that live on this planet. And what do I mean to that? What do I mean by that? They're the people that understand, manifest. What's supposed to say? The people that understand, manifest love in every aspect of their life. That's it. And then there's another group of people that have no idea about manifesting love, man, being a reflection of love, returning to love, being love, or any of that other stuff. They're just out doing, just running amok, you know what I mean? But the reality is every single one of us, regardless of where we're at on our path, every single one of us, man, we're here to return to love. Mary Marinson, I believe that's her name, wrote a book years ago, Return to Love. A return to love. And what she was saying was that every one of us, we're on this journey to return to love, to come back to a place of love. Loving others, loving ourselves. And when you love yourself, when you love others, you're not judging. When you love yourself and you love others, you're not criticizing, you're not belittling, you're not putting down, you're not ostracizing, you're not condemning, you're not doing any of that crazy shit. We do that from a place of hurt. We do that from a place of pain and suffering and rejection. Only when you love yourself can you look at other people, regardless of their beliefs, regardless of their actions, and still sit there and say, man, I don't agree with this person's actions. I understand why they do what they're doing. They're doing what they're doing because they're hurt. I don't judge them. I don't condemn them. I'm not wishing bad upon them. I'm not wishing any. They're doing what they're doing because they're hurt. They're doing what they're doing because they're confused. That's it. That's it. But because we don't understand that, we're quick. Oh, they got the devil in them. That's why they act the way they do. Oh, they're just a dog. That's why they act the way they do. Oh, they're this. That's why they act the way they do. Oh, they're a narcissist. That's why they are the way they do. Oh, they're antisocial. We got all these labels for everybody. Ain't none of it legit. Ain't none of it godly. What's up, IMJ? Ain't none of it godly. Ain't none of it real. That's some man-made stupid shit that we throw on people to put people in boxes and categories. The reality is, man, we're all here to express love. We're all here because we want to experience love. We're all here to grow through and grow in love. Every one of us have God within us. God is love. Just because you choose to manifest your understanding of God different from me doesn't mean that God's not within you. Just because you're Catholic or you're Methodist, Episcopalian, Baptist, Buddhist, whatever you are, whatever you believe in, atheist, whatever, none of that matters. The reality is when you get down to the nuts and bolts of life, man, we all just want to be loved. We all just want to be accepted. We all just want our kids, if we choose to have kids, to grow up in a loving, healthy environment where they're capable of reaching their full potential. Every single one of us want that. Regardless of our religious dogma, regardless of our political dogma, we are all love at our core. But because we've been hurt, because we've gone through some different things, what's up, Brian? Because we've gone through some different things, man, we respond out of that hurt. We respond out of that pain. And that's why we get all these different factions. That's why we get all these different quote unquote personalities. That's why we get all these different groups. Because we're responding out of pain. We're responding out of trauma. And so a return to love is just me sitting back saying, hey, you know, man, I got to go within. A return to love is saying, man, hey, you know, I got to value myself. I got to understand who I am. And when I understand who I am, man, I'm not going to judge anybody else. When I know who I am, I'm not going to condemn anybody else. When I know who I am, I'm not going to look down on anybody else. When I know who I am, I don't care what they believe. They could be Ku Klux Klan, grand leader. I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? Whatever they are, and none of that shit matters. Man, they're a human being. They have God within them. You know what I mean? And so we have to get to a place, man, where every one of us return to love. You know, and it's a trip because we all want to be our own individual. We all want to be me. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, man, I want to be me. My babe want to be her, and she want to express life the way she expressed life and dress the way she dressed. And man, she just want to do her. Her mom wants to do her. Her sister wants to do her. Her brother wants to do him. Everybody wants to do themselves. Everybody wants to be themselves and express life the way that they're capable of expressing life. And the trip is we get caught up and we get lost in our identity because we think our personality is what makes us us. We think our thoughts, our beliefs is what makes us us. And the trip is we are love. We are love. And the sooner we understand that, the easier life will be for us. And what I mean, life is easy in the aspect of, man, I don't have to judge people. Things don't have to work out or go the way I want them to go. But the reality is I know it's always going to work out for me. It may not unfold the way I want it to unfold, but the end result, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. You know what I mean? And because I'm in love, I'm connected to love, and I'm in love, in alignment with love, I'm manifesting love, man, I understand that, man, there's a power greater than me. And that power, whether you call it God or whatever, the Most High, man, I don't care what you call it. It doesn't care what you call it because it understands who it is. And so whatever label we give it, what do we give? Jehovah, Yahshua, Jesus, man, love is love, and it don't give a damn what you call it. Just like there's like thousands of different languages all over the world. And we all have our own language of how to say love. In our own unique language. It doesn't mean because I say love in Chinese or English or Spanish or any other language, it doesn't mean that everybody else is wrong because they don't say it the way I say it. And that's where religion gets twisted. Oh, if you don't say Jesus, well, everybody don't speak English. Everybody's not going to call him Jesus. We have to grow up. We have to grow up and return back to love, return back to God, if you will. And again, when you don't know the purpose, you're going to just experiment with life. And you're going to waste life. And what I mean waste life, because you really don't waste life. You're just, if you're not careful, if you're not in alignment, You're squandering opportunities. You're squandering time. Every one of us get a designated certain amount of time to be here. And so when you don't know your purpose, man, you don't know how much time you have. None of us know how much time we have. And so if you just running around sleeping with everybody because you don't know your value, what's up, Kate? Because you don't know your value, you don't know your worth, you don't know your purpose, man, what could you be doing in that time that was productive, that was helping humanity heal and grow beyond what they're doing? If you're sitting back and all you're doing is smoking blunts and getting drunk, man, you do that because you don't know your purpose. You're wasting time. What could you be doing that's productive? What could you be doing that's helping humanity? What could you be doing that's helping others grow? That's what life is all about. That's our purpose. How are you benefiting humanity? How are you benefiting yourself? But how are you benefiting humanity? If you're not benefiting humanity, you're not connected to love. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you're doing. There's a whole lot of people that are nurses, that are doctors. They have quote unquote great jobs where they help other people. Don't mean that they do it out of love. I know a whole lot of nurses that are toxic as fuck. I know a whole lot of doctors that are toxic as fuck. Their energy is all bad. So just because their job is to be nurturing and loving and compassionate, don't mean that they are nurturing, compassionate, and loving individuals. Just because you're a preacher or a pastor or a teacher, don't mean that you're a loving, nurturing, compassionate individual. It doesn't mean that you're helping others reach their full potential. We have to grow up. It's not about your damn title. It's not about your fucking education. You can have the people with the least amount of education be the greatest help to humanity, to help humanity learn to love themselves, to help humanity learn how to forgive themselves, how to heal from their trauma and their drama. So it's not about your titles. It's not about the material crap that you accumulated. Again, that's people that don't understand their purpose. What's up, Karen? And so again, when you don't know the purpose of a thing, you will abuse it. Where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. Again, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. When you don't know the purpose of food, you abuse it. When you don't understand your purpose, you'll abuse your body. You abuse your body with sex. You abuse your body with a lack of exercise. You abuse your body with food. You abuse your body with alcohol. You abuse your body popping pills. You abuse your body with overeating. You abuse your body by undereating. You abuse your body by eating toxic crap, McDonald's, burger crap, taco hell, and all that other stupid shit. When you don't know the purpose of a thing, you'll abuse it. When you truly love yourself, you'll stop taking in all that toxic crap. When you truly understand the purpose of your life, and when you really love your life, man, you want the best for it. You want the best for it. And so I sit back and I trip out, and people constantly trying to tell me, man, I love me, and man, I'm glad, and I will do. And it's like, okay, I'm not interested in what you're talking about. Because your actions speak louder than your words. You can say all the shit you want to about how you love yourself, and you value yourself, and you cherish yourself, and whoop, and you chasing after a fucking knucklehead that ain't got no idea of who he is, why he's here, and he's sleeping with everything that'll open their legs to them, including you, and you know it. And you'll keep chasing after him. You'll keep wanting to be in a relationship with him. You'll be in a relationship with a dude, with a woman that's beating the shit out of you, that's cussing you out, that's disrespecting you, that's stealing from you, that's dogging you out. Why? Because you don't value yourself. You don't love yourself. I don't care what you say. I don't care how long you've been on this journey, this spiritual growth and development journey. None of that shit matters. It is what it is. You can say all the right shit you want to. You can say all the nice things about yourself. You can say all the right cliches about, man, I'm on my growth and development. Man, I value me. Man, I got self-care and self-love and whoop-doo-doo. You can say all this shit you want to. You can say all this shit you want to. Your actions speak louder than your words. If you're giving your body up to everybody and people that you know ain't faithful to you, you don't love yourself. You don't love yourself. You don't value yourself. If you refuse to exercise, you don't value yourself. You don't really love yourself. And I'm not saying you got to be in shape like me, because I'm not in great shape. I'm trying to get back in shape, in better shape. But the reality is, family, when you value something, you take care of it. I see people that have cars and they have nice cars. They'll be out there washing their car, detailing it, man, cleaning the tires, detailing the inside of their car. There's no dust inside their car. Man, it's spick and span, it's shiny. Why? Because they value their car. They cherish that car for whatever reason. I see women with nice jewelry, man, their stuff is sparkling. They keep their stuff clean. There's certain chemicals they'll use to clean their rings and their jewelry. Why? Because they value it. They value it. What you don't value is easy for you to disregard. What you don't value is easy for you to minimize and just throw around, because you really don't cherish it. You really don't. Where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. This is why we get in relationships and, man, we could just dog each other out. We could take each other for granted. We can use and abuse each other. We see each other as sexual objects, and, man, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you. That's all I see her as. Man, she got great titties. Look at that candy apple ass. Man, that kitty cat is on point, and whoop with the whoop. Man, look at them sexy blushless lips and whoop. Man, we just sexualize women. And women do the same thing with guys. Man, look at those pecs. Man, look at those arms. Man, look at those legs. Man, look at that tongue and that. Women do the same thing. Why? Because we don't understand the purpose. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with looking at your woman or looking at your man in the aspect of, man, babe, you looking good today, man. I want to tear your shit up. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not all I should see my woman as. That's not all I should see my queen as some sex object for me to just take out all my sexual fantasies on. Where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. When you don't understand the purpose of something, you're going to abuse it. There's nothing wrong with sex at all. Man, I love sex. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with sex. But sex has its place in life. Sex has its place in life. And just because you enjoy sex doesn't mean that you should be having sex with any and everybody. Understand, everything is energy. Everything is energy. And so whoever you attach yourself to, you take on their energy. Good or bad. That energy now becomes part of your energy. Where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And so we hook up with all these random people, all these people we think look good, and not even understanding the energy not even understanding their toxicity. And because we deemed them as looking beautiful, because we deemed them as being fine, as sexy, or whatever the case may be, we've now engaged in sexual acts with them, and we've taken on their toxic energy. They look good, but they're fucked up emotionally. They look good, but man, they're fucking twisted. You know what I mean? They look good, but their energy is foul. And so that becomes part of our energy. When you don't understand the purpose of a thing, you'll abuse it. So why did I label this a return to love? Because we all have to come back to the understanding that every single one of us is love. And what is love? Love is just that energy frequency. That's all love is. It's an energy frequency. And so when we come back to love, there's no judgment. When we come back to love, there's no condemnation. When we come back to love, there's gratitude. When we come back to love, there's forgiveness. There's tolerance. There's acceptance. When we come back to love, man, there's no division. There's only division because we don't understand who we are. And because we don't understand why we're here. And so, man, we have to come back to love. Fuck coming back to religion. Religion has got the world fucked up. Politics has got the world fucked up. It's time to move beyond politics. It's time to move beyond religion. And I don't give a damn what your religious beliefs are. It's time to move beyond religion and come back to love. Love. And when I say love, I'm not talking about coming back to Jesus, coming back to Yahshua, coming back to Jehovah Shalom, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Recognition, and all this other. Man, I'm not talking about that stuff. Love. Love. We have to come back to love. Because only by coming back to love will we find peace. Only by coming back to love will we find that joy. Only by coming back to love will we find that gratitude. That joy that passes all understanding. People can't understand why you're just so blissful, why nothing fazes you, why nothing seems to bother you. And it's not that you don't give a fuck about life. And it's not that you don't give a fuck about other people. Man, when you're in this place with love and you're connected and in alignment with love, man, you know that it's all good. When you see people, man, you see them, man, this individual's on their journey. They're on their journey, whether they're doing crazy shit, whether they're doing stupid shit, whether they're doing obnoxious shit, or whether they're doing quote unquote righteous shit. It's all good. It's all good. That's their journey. I'm not here to judge them for their journey or where they're at on their journey. I'm here to come back to love. I'm here to come back to who I am, my true nature. My true nature, when you look at babies and little kids, all of them, their true nature is loving. It's only after we start programming them with hate, it's only after we start programming them with stupid shit that they get indoctrinated in our crap, indoctrinated in the crap they see on TV or they hear in the music. And they start going down these crazy paths. But all little kids, they're all loving. They all come from a place of love. And I don't care how that kid was brought into the world. I don't give a damn whether somebody raped a woman and that woman gave birth to that kid and that guy was a drug addict, a convicted felon. Man, none of that shit matters. That kid is still love at its core. That kid is love. It's only after we start putting on our hands on that kid and trying to mold that kid and educate that kid and prepare that kid for the fucking real world, as we say, that we start messing that kid up. That may not be our intention. Our intention is, man, I want that kid to be healthy. I want that kid to be strong. I want that kid to reach their full potential. But because I've been violated, because you've been violated, man, we're out of fear now and survival mode. And so, man, I got to teach this kid how to fight. I got to teach this kid how to be strong. I got to teach this kid how to be cautious and judgmental and be watching and have his head on a swivel and just looking out for all these bad people. And we'll do all this other bullshit that comes out of fear, that comes out of pain. That's not love. That's not love. And I know people are like, well, you have to have a balance. Okay, man, do you? You know what I mean? Do you? Do you? But when we learn how to return to love, you can see the love in everybody else. And you hear me say a lot, the phrase namaste. Man, the God within me sees, recognizes, acknowledges, and cherishes the God within you. That's namaste. Namaste. Man, regardless of your clothes, regardless of your skin color, regardless of your build, regardless of your gender, man, none of that shit means anything to me. Man, I see, recognize, acknowledge, and cherish the God within you. I don't give a fuck what you're doing with your life. I don't give a fuck how you live in your life. I still see the God in you. I don't give a damn whether you're Catholic, whether you're Episcopalian, whether you're a convict, whether you're a drug addict, whether you're a hoe, whether you're Jay-Z, Beyonce. I don't give a fuck about any of those people per se, but you know, but I still see the God in them. They're all here wanting to be loved. They're all here wanting to be accepted. They're all here wanting to fulfill their purpose. We all just have different ways to do it based on the trauma and drama we've gone through and the education that we have. It doesn't make anyone right or wrong. We are all love. We are all love. That's why you hear me call everybody family, because we're all the same. We all come from the same place. Every one of us. You may not act like it. Man, I got blood relatives that, man, I don't mess with. Same mama, same daddy. But man, we're totally different, like night and day. Because that's the choice that they make. That's the choice that I make. I'm not condemning them for the choices that they make. Man, they're here on their own journey. Man, let them live their life. I just choose not to be around them. I just choose not to associate with them because I don't want to be caught up in all that negativity, all that drama, all that chaos, all that madness. That's not the life I choose to live. And so I don't associate with people like that. I don't deal with stuff like that. I have this thing around me. I've been telling my kids since they were little, man, say that drama for your mama. I'm not dealing with that bullshit. Because that's not where I want my mind to be fixated at. I don't want my mind taking in all that negativity. And what am I talking about? Man, you look at so many people, and man, they talk all this stupid shit. Man, I'm godly, and I'm righteous, and I'm this, I'm that. And all the crap that they take in their mind is the complete opposite of that. All the shit that they listen to, all the shit that they watch is the complete opposite of love. And then they wonder why, man, my mind is just scattered and I'm like all over the place. And, man, I can't focus. And man, I just feel like I'm just at war. Man, because you're love at your core. That's who you really are. But you're not choosing to be loved. You're choosing to be fucking twisted. You're choosing to listen to all this chaotic music. You're listening to struggle, or you're listening to or watch all these toxic ass TV shows. You're choosing to listen to crap music. You're listening to all these stupid political crap. You're listening to all this stupid religious crap that's got you at war with who you really are. That's why you don't have peace. That's why you don't have joy. Because you don't understand your purpose. And your purpose is not just about making money. Your purpose is not just about spitting out a bunch of freaking kids. Your purpose is not just about having a freaking job or a career. Or return to love. Man, we have to come back to our core. We have to come back to that God nature within us. We have to. That's the only way that we're going to reach our full potential. That's the only way that we're going to be able to be all that we came here to be. That's the only way we're going to be able to be a beacon of hope, a beacon of love, a light for humanity. Why? Because they see that love within us. And every person, man, when you're on that journey and you're looking for the right stuff, and somebody's a beacon of love, a beacon of hope and compassion and forgiveness and gratitude and all this other stuff, man, that resonates with you. That feels at home with you. Why? Because that's who you are at your core. You just don't know how to reflect that. You just don't know how to manifest that. You just don't know how to live like that. But you see it and you recognize it and you're drawn to it. And then you have the other group of people that see it. They recognize the peace, the love within you. They recognize the peace and the joy within you. And they hate you. They despise you. Why? Because they see you have returned back to love. They see your true core, your true essence. And they don't know how to tap into that. They don't know how to get there. And so by you being there, it's an indictment on them for them not being there. The fact that you're loving, the fact that you're all this, and they're not. They take it as an attack on them. They take it as you throwing it up in their face because of their insecurities, because of their issues. They see your life as an attack on them. They see your light, your hope, your love, your compassion as a slap in the face to them because they know they're not there. And the truth is, they don't know how to get there. They want it, but they don't know how to get there. And so they keep doing the same stupid, toxic shit that they've been doing over and over and over. Why? Because that's all they think they know. And so often, some of them, they'll take on that mentality, this is all I deserve. I can't have that peace. I can't have that love. I can't have that joy because I've messed up so much. Because I'm cursed. And so, man, we have to come back to love. We have to come back to love. We have to push beyond all the distractions. Religion is a distraction. Politics is a distraction. Social media, the TV, and all these people with all this crap that they're talking, it's all a distraction. that keep you from understanding who you really are, that keep you from walking in your true purpose, that keep you from walking in the power that you truly possess. Yesterday we were talking about toxic femininity, and we talked about the power of a woman. And so when you look at a woman, and man, for whatever reason, guys, we've sexualized women. And for different reasons, And I don't want to get into the history of how women have been empowered and women have dogged out guys, and how guys, it just keeps rotating. You know what I mean? When you look at Lemuria, when you look at Atlantis, and you look at all these other stuff, man, there's a reason why women have been dogged out in this culture, in this society, in this lifetime, in this dimension. You know what I mean? There's a reason for it. Stay with me. Talking about return to love. And so when you look at a woman, man, a woman is a magnifier. Stay with me. That's what a woman does. They magnify things. What am I talking about? I rock this clear quartz crystal. And anybody that know anything about crystals, that understand that clear quartz crystals is supposed to be the most powerful crystal in the aspect that it magnifies all the other crystals. Whatever that energy is from any other crystal, the clear quartz magnifies that energy. That clear quartz crystal can be programmed to replicate or to manifest the same energy from any other crystal. You know what I mean? So if you have pyrite, or if you have lapis lazuli, if you have turquoise, if you have labradorite, or whatever the case may be, you know, onyx or whatever, black tourmaline, whatever, clear quartz crystal can be programmed to manifest any other crystal. That's why they consider the clear quartz crystal the most powerful one, because you could program it. And I know a lot of people, man, I'm not into crystals. It don't matter whether you're into crystals or not. The fact is that science knows about crystals. The fact is that humanity knows about crystals. What am I talking about? Man, you look at all your cell phones, you look at your computers, your laptops, your watches, they all have quartz in them. Every one of them. Every one of them. So just because you don't believe in it don't mean that it's not true. You don't believe that you're loved, and that's why you fuck everything that you do. That's why you take in all the fucking poisons that you do, because you don't know who you are. So you knowing something, it doesn't change the fact of reality. And reality is not what you say it is. And so why am I talking about this clear quartz crystal and it being a magnifier? Because when you look at a woman, man, you give a guy gives a woman a seed. And that woman, like nature, will take that seed and nurture it. That woman will take that tiny ass fucking seed, and nurture it, and grow it, and grow it, and grow it. And to take that one little tiny seed and give you back a baby. 8 pounds, 9 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever. From that tiny fucking seed, a woman will take that and magnify it and give you something more back. That's the power of a woman. Stay with me. Just like in nature, man, you plant a seed in the ground. That seed will grow up. It's not that you've done anything. The ground, the nutrients in the ground, the nutrients in nature. Nature will water that seed. And it's crazy, but on the side of the roads, on the freeways, wherever, you can see just different flowers and plants just growing. Nobody planted them there. Just freaking seed blew over there. And so nature will water it. Nature will take care of it and grow it. And that thing, that seed will produce fruit, vegetables, or nuts, or whatever it was that is created to do. Stay with me. And so that's the power of a woman. And it's a trip because you give a woman is like a computer. You know what I mean? However you program, whatever you speak, into that woman, whatever has been spoken into that woman, it's like these clear quartz crystals. You can program it to be anything, any type of crystal you need. The same is true for a woman. See, the trick is we've spoken negativity into our women. We've spoken stupid shit over our daughters, over our sisters, over our nieces, over our mothers, over our aunties. And so they've been programmed with bullshit from the church, from the politicians, from TV, from us. They've been programmed with bullshit. And just like any computer, once that program is in there, man, it's in there. You know what I mean? Once that virus is in that computer, once your phone gets a virus, man, you got to get something to get that virus out of there. Because if you don't, that virus is going to shut down your phone. That virus is going to eat up all the files. That virus is going to destroy the programming of what that laptop, what that computer, what that cell phone is capable of being. It's going to be destroyed by that virus, by that bug. Same is true for women. Same is true for women. So if a guy tells a woman that she's fat, she may smile it off. She may laugh it off. It may not faze her. But I guarantee you, that's going to stay in her head. And she's going to always be looking at herself. Man, do I look fat in this? Man, do I look fat in this? Do these clothes make me look fat? Man, I don't want to get, I don't want to eat this because I'm going to get fat. Man, I hate the time of the month, my cycle, because I get bloated and it makes me look fat. Man, I'm pregnant now and man, I'm fat. Oh, you looking at all these other hoes. Man, I got to have a body like this person over here because they're tight and I look fat. Or we tell her she's skinny. Or we tell her that she's ugly. Or we tell her that her hair like this makes her look ugly. We're programming them. What's up, JetBlue? We're programming our women. We're programming our kids. You have to be careful what you say to your kids. You have to be careful of what we say to each other because we're programming them. And so often we have all these little nicknames. What's up, Leslie? We have all these nicknames and we have all these things that we say to each other and that we do to each other. And we're just kidding with each other. We're just playing jokes with each other and just giving each other a hard time. And what do, not even understanding that we're speaking programs into their computer base, into their mind, into their database. When I used to work with kids in California, and I would bring them to the ranch, and I'd tell them, I'm talking about harvesting, you know what I mean? And I would take a seed from an orange tree, mandarin orange, and I would tell them, look, this one seed produced a tree. Stay with me. One seed produces a tree full of fruit that for years you're going to get fruit from that one tree that came from one seed. Stay with me. The same is true for this up here. What do I mean? When you speak negativity into somebody's life, that one seed is going to grow. And it's going to produce fruit. Just like that seed, that orange seed, that apple seed, it's going to grow into a tree and it's going to produce fruit. That's going to last for years. And each one of those fruit are going to produce more seeds. The same is true when we speak into people's lives. The same is true when we do certain things to people. When you speak into a woman, you speak into your kids, some negativity, some bullshit, some self-hate and all this stuff. You speak all this stupid shit into people's lives, not understanding you just planted a seed in them. And that seed is going to grow into a tree. And that tree is going to produce fruit. It's going to be toxic as fuck. You tell a young lady she's ugly. You tell a young lady she's fat. You tell a young lady she's too dark. You tell a young lady she's too skinny. You tell a young lady she's stupid. You tell a young lady whatever the thing you want to tell her. That one thing is going to grow into a tree. And that one seed that you planted is going to blossom into a tree that's going to produce a bunch of fruit. And that fruit is, man, self-hate, self-sabotage, I'm not low self-esteem, I'm not good enough, I'll never accomplish anything, all I'm good for is sex, all I'm good for is having babies, I can't do anything, and whoop-de-whoop, from that one fucking seed that you planted. What's up, TCI Monistar? From that one seed that you planted. So my question is, what are you planting in others? What are you planting in the lives of those around you? What are you planting in the lives of your kids? What are you planting in the lives of the people in your community? What are you planting in the lives of the people on your job? Because the reality, we're always planting something. And the trip is, my queen, I didn't plant any of those seeds of negativity into her life at all. People have done that years ago. And this is what happens with us as humans. Stay with me. You don't have to plant those seeds of hate, of bitterness, of unforgivableness, ungratefulness, animosity, bitterness. You don't have to plant all those seeds of survival, of any of that. That lack mentality. You don't have to plant those seeds. Those seeds were already planted. All we're doing is either confirming those seeds or we're tearing those seeds up. I'm saying it a different way. I'm looking at my queen, she's right in front of me. There have been guys that came into her life, family members, whatever, that spoke crazy shit into her life. Okay? Now, we all, everybody's in a relationship, you deal with the tree and the fruit that's right in front of you. You had nothing to do with it. You didn't plant the seed. You didn't water the seed. You didn't cultivate the seed. You didn't watch over the tree as it grew. None of that. You're now here, standing, looking at this tree. You're looking at the fruit fall off this tree. And said it another way, we bleed on people that don't cut us. People that have hurt us in the past, man, we don't really leak on them. We don't really bleed on them. We go into other relationships. And because these other people have hurt us in the past, now you're in another relationship with somebody who's never dogged you out, but you don't trust them. They've never dogged you out, but man, you're giving them hell. You're trying to be manipulative and controlling and all this other shit. Why? Because you're bleeding, you're leaking on somebody that didn't cut you. Somebody else planted the seed. Somebody else watered the tree. Somebody else cultivated the tree. This person is now catching the fucking hell that everybody else has done in the past. Good or bad? Good or bad? And so now, when we look at this tree that's standing in front of us, we have two options. We're like, man, fuck this shit, I'm out. Or we can sit there like, man, namaste. The God in me sees, recognizes, acknowledges, and cherishes the God in you. I see the real you. I see your energy. I see your pain. I see your shortcomings, your faults, your flaws, or whatever character defects, whatever you want to call them as. I see you. I love you. I cherish you. I value you. So how do we undo this stuff? We undo this stuff by showing them them. We undo this stuff by giving them love. We undo this stuff by allowing them to heal. By creating a safe environment so that they can heal. Because the truth is, every single one of us has had somebody speak some negative, toxic shit over us. Every single one of us have gone through some traumatic shit. And that's a part of who we are. But can you push past that and go back to love? I can't change the fact that my father murdered my mom right in front of me. I can't change the fact that I was molested as a kid twice. I can't change the fact that I grew up in a verbally and physically abusive household, an emotionally abusive house. I can't change that. I can't change those experiences in any way, shape, or form. I have a choice. I can be a victim of my circumstances, or I can say, nah, I'm love. I'm love. Because of my circumstances, I'm not perfect. But at my core, I'm perfect. I'm gonna say it again. Because of my circumstances, all the shit I've experienced, emotionally, I'm not perfect. Spiritually, I've always been perfect because my spiritual being is love. And so when my spiritual being looks at my physical being and my emotional being, my spiritual being is like, man, I see that you're not in great shape. I see that you're not as strong as you want to be. I see that you're not as strong as you used to be. I see your emotional pain and the things that you deal with. But that's okay, because my spiritual being is perfect. It's always been perfect. But the great majority of us don't live in our spiritual being. We live up here in our emotional being. And so we focus on all of our fucking faults and flaws and character defects. Man, I gotta be perfect. Man, I gotta do this right. Man, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And if I don't do this right, they're not gonna accept me. If I don't do this right, they're gonna leave me. If I don't do this right, they're not gonna want nothing to do with me. If I don't do this right, they're not gonna embrace me. If I don't do this right, they're not gonna be attracted to me. We think all this stupid shit because of the programming that we've experienced. Because that's what's happened to us in the past. And so when we see somebody, you guys hear my beads rattling. When you see somebody and somebody's able to see you, and when I mean see you, I'm talking about see your soul, and they're able to connect with you on a soul basis. Man, that's so much deeper than your physical being. That's so much deeper than looking at you as a physical being. Like, damn, you're fucking sexy. I love the way your titties are like that. I love your hips. I love your ass. I love your belly. I love your lips. We look at all this stupid shit. It's all superficial. And most of us get stuck on the superficial because emotionally, we're superficial. And so some of us, we go a little deeper than the superficial, the physical aspect, and we get stuck in the emotions. And we think we woke. Oh, I'm an emotional being. I'm intellect, and we do all this other stupid shit. But that's not who you really are. That's just memory of the programming that you received. That's memory of the viruses you received. Who you really are is love. Who you really are is your soul. And your soul doesn't have a gender. Your soul doesn't have a color. Your soul doesn't have a nationality. Your soul doesn't have an ethnicity. Your soul doesn't have a bias. Your soul is perfect because your soul is love. It's only once you get up here into your mind and your emotions and your quote unquote intellect that we start bringing in all this other stupid shit. Oh, she don't look the way I want her to look. Oh, he don't act like I want him to act. Oh, he's not 6'4", dark skinned and bald headed and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And man, he don't have right tattoos. And man, he don't dress right. And man, he don't like the right teams. And we look at all this stupid shit because we really don't see the person. We see the programming. We see the programming. Man, family, we have to return to love. And you can only return to love by going within you. And it's a trip because you can meet people, and they can help you return to love because they're loving, because they are love. And so they show you and they inspire you and encourage you and empower you to go beyond your emotions, to go beyond your intellect, to go beyond your feelings and return back home to your soul. Return back home to love because that's who you are. That's who you are. All that you experienced in life, all the hell, all the pain, all the brokenness, all the trauma, all that you've experienced in life was to help you return back home, was to help you understand and discover who you are. And who you are is love. That's all you are, is love. How you choose to manifest that love is a different story. But who you are is love. My hope and prayer is that you enjoy the ride, you enjoy the journey, and understand that, man, it's all good. It's all good. We have choices. We have free will. We could stay as chaotic and traumatic and, a victim. We could stay all that stuff if we want to. That's an option. Or we could cut it all off and say, no, I'm coming back home. I'm going back home. I'm returning to love. And the trip is so often we get so distracted of, man, I want a loving relationship. I want this. We want all this superficial stuff, all this material stuff. Not understanding that it's all a distraction to keep us from returning home. It's all a distraction to keep us from understanding and discovering who we really are. There's nothing wrong with having wealth. There's nothing wrong with wanting a spouse, a queen, a king. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't allow those things to consume you and to stop you from understanding who you are. Don't allow those things to stop you from returning back to you who you are, and that's love. See, we want a relationship. We want a king, a queen, somebody we could physically touch and love and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. But with love, with God, the Most High, Source, the universe, whatever, what they're trying to get us to understand is return home. Come back to love. Come back to who you really are. Because once you come back to who you really are, then now I could give you all of those things. If anything that social media has told us with the Will Smith, the Jada Pinkett relationship, you know, the relationship that, I can't even think of the guy's name, that's going through the divorce right now. He plays Pirates of the Caribbean. He plays Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny Depp, you know, Kanye West, or any of these other people. If anything that these people have showed us is that, man, you can have all the money in the world, you can have all the fame, you can have all the social status, but if you don't have love, if you don't know who you are, and who you are is not based on how much money you have. You look at all these people, all the millions that they have, all the stuff that they could buy, all the people that fantasize about being with Will Smith, all the people that fantasize about being with Kanye, all the people that fantasize about being with Johnny Depp, and all these other people. You have all that money, all that status. But if you don't have love, if you don't know who you are, the titles, the money, the prestige, the fame, all that other crap doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. You can have all that crap and not have peace of mind. You can have all that money, all that fame, and not have joy. You can have all that money, all that fame, and be miserable as fuck. And be miserable. Man, more important than all the money, more important than all the fame and status and all that other crap is love. It's love. My hope and prayer is that above all things, you return back home to love. Above all things, you understand that you are a loving being. Above all things, you understand that at your core, you are perfect. At your core, you are love. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to be perfect. Your core, your soul is perfect. What is not perfect will never be perfect. And that's your mental capacity. That is not perfect, that will never be perfect. That will always be at war with your soul. That's why we have to meditate. That's why we have to get in alignment with God, with love. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.